say.
That's what this is about.
Abject.
Yeah, it was a failure.
Yes.
Now, I don't have a problem with him saying it, but Skip, you can't say I wanted to be, you can't say, well, I'm signing up for a math class, and then all of a sudden you get history. You signed up for the class.
Yep.
So what? But why are you talking about? I wanted to be about basketball. Say I'm looking forward to going back with my teammates. We're playing really well right now. We know I know Coach Stevens. I know those guys in the locker room. They're gonna come out with fire in their eyes and be ready to play. Okay, that's keeping it basketball. But once you take it somewhere else, well, everybody's gonna look at where you're talking about. And I'm not saying that he's not wrong. He's not lying.
Yep.
And people in Boston shouldn't be upset that he said it. You should be upset with your behavior because people that actually played there talk about it and visiting fans talk about it.
Yep.
So you need to correct your behavior because for the longest time, Skip, that's just fans.
Yep.
No. You can yell and scream without being bigoted, without being saying racist and homophobic and all these slurs that you be using. But Kyrie, if you wanted to just keep it basketball, you should have just talked basketball. But once you took it there, now your other teammates, they're going to be asking, have you ever heard the Boston crowd say anything? Is this a normal? So I just don't like the fact that he wanted to keep it something, but he made it something else.
I did not know where you were going to go with that, but I am with what you just said. But I want to underscore what you also mentioned, which is Boston does have a racist legacy.
Yeah,
it has a racist underbelly, if you will.
It's there.
And if I can go back to the days of Mr. Russell, as in the great Bill Russell, who played for the Celtics from 1956 to 1969, he has said repeatedly, I played for a great organization filled with nothing but good people.
Right.
But I did not play for those fans, and I did not play for that city because he heard nothing but racial slurs. Go back to Africa, he heard again and again. And he's underscored that I love the Celtics as an institution.
Right.
And here's the irony of what Kyrie said.
But nothing outside of that building did he love about Boston.
Okay, I got it. And by the way, the last Major League Baseball team to integrate was the Boston Red Sox. But here's the irony. Let's keep this in, like you say, context and perspective. Bill Russell was the first black coach in the NBA because he was a player coach for the last two championships in 68 and 69, and there had not been any black coaches in the NBA until he did that.
Right.
And by the way, the Celtics in 1950 were the first to ever draft a black player named Chuck Cooper. And by the way, on December 26th of 1964, the Boston Celtics were the first NBA franchise to start 5 black players. And for our older viewers, I'm going to run through them. It was Mr. Russell, and it was Willie Knowles, and it was Satch Sanders. You remember Satch? And then Sam and
I heard Mr. Russell talk about Satch.
And Sam and Casey Jones.
Sam and Casey Jones,
Okay, these are first breakthroughs for the Celtics organization in what many saw as a racist city with racist fans, okay?
So it's a situation where they do the right thing. Where Mookie is talking to him, it's like, bro, all your favorite people are black. But all you say is N.
Okay.
And so he's like, Mr. We winning all these championships. But still, as soon as I take this 6 off, I'm back.
Okay. So Kyrie spoke out last night on the anniversary of the murder of George Floyd. So it had gravity to it. You want to talk about perspective. The moment, he seized that moment. And I know how deeply it affected Kyrie because he talked about it many times. In fact, it so shook him that he wasn't able to play for a while this year, So now we get into what he said. You can say he was trying to head it off at the pass. He was trying to plant the seeds of doubt in the minds of the fans who might scream something that could be interpreted as racist. But now we get to that fine line. If they boo him, is that racist?
No. They should boo. Skip, I believe, the thing is, I mean, now they probably just going to boo him because he said that. But I thought they may, when he comes out to introduce Kyrie Irving, yay. But every time he touches the ball, boo.
Okay, fine.
But I don't know if he's going to get that, Skip.
Okay, if they chant, if a bunch of white fans chant, Kyrie sucks, is that racist? No. I don't think it. You could say it comes from a racist place. You could argue that. We'll never be able to prove it one way or the together because who knows what's in the depths of a man's or woman's mind, right?
No. We know when it's bigoted. We know when it crosses the line. You start calling somebody monkey, you start calling somebody boy, Skip, now you're stepping over the line, and we understand that. And for the longest time, people are like, oh, that's sports, that, we're trying to get you. No. No, you can say I suck. You can say I'm not any good.
Okay.
But when you step over the line, you're going too far. Even as a fan, you got a right to cheer, but you don't get a right to call me out my name.
Okay, so let's look at Kyrie's history with the Celtics. He obviously wanted out from under LeBron. He said, trade me, and he got traded to a pretty good team. Very good team. A young team, but a good one.
Yes.
And a good organization with, I think, a good GM, and it's well-run, good, strong ownership. And he goes there, and in January of 2019, he publicly stated, the young guys here have no idea what it takes to win a championship, thereby throwing all young guys on the team, lots of them upcoming stars, right under the Kyrie bus.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
And then after he had sort of pledged allegiance to the franchise, I want to resign here, then later that same month, he said about resigning, ask me on July 1st. Well, that about shot that down, right? Because it indicated I went out of here, right?
Yes.
And then remember what happened at the All-Star game? He's seen up in the tunnel with KD going they got two max contracts. And he's talking, obviously, about the Brooklyn Nets.
Yes.
Okay, so that didn't play very well with those fans, right, in Boston. And then here we go. They obviously had lost in the Eastern Conference Finals to LeBron, remember, and it went all 7 games, and guess who wasn't around?
Kyrie.
Kyrie was hurt because his knee had flared back up, and he had screws in his knees, and he was done for that year. So he wasn't even around, and the youngsters took LeBron all the way to the brink, right?
Right, and then he comes back next year, and I think they go out in the first or the second round.
Well, they won the first round, but then they went out in 5 to the Bucks. They won the first game. They won by 22.
Right.
In the last 4 games against the Milwaukee Bucks, Kyrie averaged 14, 4, and 5 with 4 turnovers a game. And from the floor, he shot 30%. And from three-point, he shot 19% in those 4 games. He was 5 of 27.
Right.
Is that good?
No, it's not good.
No, it's not good.
And
so that's the lingering memory of Kyrie Irving in Boston. That's that was his legacy playoff round.
Well, Skip, you can't tell someone you want it to be about this, but the first thing and then the next thing out of your mouth is that. Because now people are going to be talking about this. And I don't know how much focus is going to be on the basketball game. Now, it seems to me the Celtics are overmatched. I don't know.
I'd say.
I don't think Kyrie had to say anything. And, just watching at this, I just don't know how they ever finish a game inside 15, 20 points of beating the Brooklyn Nets. I just don't see it.
They won the first one by 11, the second one last night by 22, and they look like a tour de force to me.
Yeah, Skip, I don't have a problem. I mean, because what Kyrie is saying is true. Boston has that history. It's there. But if you want to make it about basketball, you probably want to stick to the topic of basketball. And then if that's something, but like you said, maybe it was the George Floyd, and it was just heavy on his mind. He wanted to get that out there.
Yep.
But you brought attention to something that I don't know if anybody else was going to talk about, especially given this moment. And you brought attention to it. And it's not, I don't know if it's going to be about basketball.
Okay. So I have no issue with what he brought up. There's too much validity to it.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
But
remember Adam Jones, Skip, with the Orioles.
Yet you are taking the focus off a Nets team that is playing the best basketball of anybody in this postseason tournament, right?
Yes.
They are playing on both ends of the floor with high IQ and high urgency and energy on both ends. And I cannot believe how these 3 superstars share the ball on offense because there's no issue going on there.
And KD being KD again, which is great.
He'll take 12 shots and he made 8 of them, and all of a sudden you look up and he's got 26 points and he's got 8 rebounds and 5 assists. Well, that'll work.
And then he blocking shots, keep coming from the weak side and knocking everybody's shots up in the stand. I mean, look.
And listen, Joe Harris is not just a good shooter. He might be. He's right up there with anybody.
Yeah, he can get streaky. Whew. Now, he's not going to be consistent like Steph or Clay or Dame.
No, but 7 out of 10 last night, that'll work.
Yeah.
He literally just shot them right in the heart.
Yeah,
it was over fast.
He gets like that, and you got those other 3 guys, Skip, you ain't beating them. you're not beating them.
Yeah.